New breaking news coming out, as in the last 24 hours, we've seen the former President Donald Trump convicted. Guilty verdict for the trial that took place, but it has flipped. The judge did not expect this, an immediate reaction as former President Donald Trump, he's essentially turned lemons into lemonade with this. Let me know your thoughts, as what we're hearing coming out is that he has smashed fundraising records as a result of what took place. And I've heard several people on the channel share this, and this was my thoughts as well, is that strategically, this was very bad for the other side, as this is just garnering more and more support for the former president, Donald Trump, as people we're hearing in droves are rushing to support him, sending him money, providing more fundraising for the former president, being behind him in support for what is going on. As a lot of people are saying that this is absolutely absurd, what is unfolding, that it literally has nothing to do with the former president running in the elections. And they're saying that this is just simply something to embarrass him, to stop him, to try to stifle his progress in the upcoming elections. Let me know your thoughts. But they're saying that he has flipped this totally, and that the judge and a lot of the people that are wanting to see him fall did not expect this, as all they're doing is garnering more and more support for the former president. And let me know your thoughts. Do you think that this is simply a stunt to stumble him? And if so, this was a very bad strategy? Or do you think that this is very important, that they should be convicting him of this, and this needs to come out, and that this should stop him from running in the elections in November? Well, I'm going to be sharing with you the latest on this, as this is totally flipped. They did not expect this whatsoever. Now, this is going to be linked in the description below. This coming out today, and it says the headlines: Trump turns conviction into cash with a record fundraising haul following guilty verdicts in the trial. Trump campaign touts smashing single-day fundraising records in the 6 hours after the former president's conviction. They're saying Trump turned the lemons into lemonade. He is now gathering more funding and breaking records than ever seen before. Now, Donald Trump is cashing in on his convictions in the first trial of a former or current president in the nation's history. And let me know. Put in the comments, do you support the president? If so, put 45 in the comments. If you don't, and you prefer to see Biden as president, still put 46. And also do me a favor, while you're putting that in, don't forget, hit that like button. Just takes a second, helps out the channel a ton. And yes, I see a lot of people commenting on the hat. The hat is simply to help cover up the head, protect my head from the sun and the rain. And yes, I'm inside. It is also to protect other people's eyes from seeing what I'm going through right now, which is the ugly duckling phase of my hair transplant, which is now the hairs are starting to fall out. The roots are established, but they're going to fall out and grow back. So right now it doesn't look so great. Maybe I'll show you guys later, but I think the hat right now is a better look. So anyways, though, let me share with you this. And again, do me a favor, hit the like button. I see we've almost got 800 people in the room with me live. Please hit that like button. If I can get another 200 likes, if you appreciate the updates and the news coming out of what's going on with former President Donald Trump. If you support the president, put that 45 and hit the like button. If you don't support him, put a 46 and hit the like button. I would appreciate it. Just helps out the channel. But let me share with you what is going on, as we're hearing that former President Donald Trump, he is smashing records. They're saying that the judge did not expect this. Immediately after the verdict, Trump breaking records for fundraising. It says Donald Trump is cashing in on his convictions in the first trial of a former or current president in the nation's history. The former president's campaign announced on Friday morning, that it had hauled in $34.8 million in fundraising from 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to midnight on Thursday, immediately after Trump was found guilty of all 34 felony counts in his criminal trial in New York City. Now, the campaign highlighted in a release that they raked in a record-shattering small-dollar fundraising haul as Trump battles President Biden in the 2024 election rematch. So these were not massive donors. These were small-dollar amounts that were coming in from tons and tons of people that are now saying, we support the former President Donald Trump. The trial taking place is not fair, and they are sending money his way, tons and tons of people. We're going to be getting into the numbers here in just a second. Now, they said that the haul was nearly double the biggest day ever recorded for the Trump campaign on the WinRed platform, and emphasized that the guilty verdicts, they have awakened the MAGA movement like never before. A lot of people are now saying, make America great again, supporting Trump. People coming out and making an extra effort to support Trump as a result of everything that has been going on. Absolutely incredible. And again, do me a favor. If you support the former president, Donald Trump, put a 45. I see Chris is saying 45, soon to be 47. And also hit that like button for me. Help spread this out further. We've almost got 900 people in the room. If I can get an extra 100 likes, that would be half of the room hitting that like button for me as I get you caught up on the latest. Now, also, from just minutes after the sham trial verdict was announced, our digital fundraising system was overwhelmed with support. They're actually saying there were so many people trying to support the president on the website that they had for donations, it actually crashed. And despite temporary delays online because of the amounts of traffic, President Trump raised $34.8 million from small dollar donors. So understand, it's not like this just came from a couple of different donors. Hundreds of thousands, we're hearing, were going onto the site trying to donate $20, $10, $40, sending this over to support the former president. Trump campaign senior advisor Chris LaCivita and Susie Wiles wrote in a statement. Now, they spotlighted that not only was the amount historic, but 29.7% of yesterday's donors were brand new donors of the WinRed platform. So 30% almost of what came in entirely from new people. What they did with this, like I was mentioning, a lot of people have been saying this strategically, if they're trying to stop Trump, this was really, really a bad strategy, because all they did with this was almost awaken all of those that support Trump, that have been sitting on the sidelines, and cause them to get up and send money over in donations. They're saying about 30% of the donors were brand new donors. So they're waking people up to go support the former president. Now, Trump earned applause from supporters as he commented Friday morning on what he described as record fundraising. Now, minutes after the verdict was read in the first trial of a former or current president in the nation's history, Trump's team put out a fundraising appeal to supporters. Friends, is this the end of America? Trump asked in the email. I was just convicted in a rigged political witch hunt trial. My end of month fundraising deadline is just days away, Trump emphasized in the email, which included a photo of the former president labeling him a political prisoner. Let me know, do you support the former president? Were you one of the ones that sent over the fundraising to help his campaign? WinRed, the GOP online fundraising platform used by Trump's campaign, among others, briefly shut down within an hour of the verdict, they're saying, because of all the traffic that was coming the way of the former president. Now, LaCivita advised donors encountering a WinRed error message to sign up for Trump's text messaging list or log back onto the site and try again. If you are one of the millions of American patriots wanting to donate to Donald Trump's campaign and you get an error message from WinRed, don't give up. Log back on and try again, or text Trump at 88022, LaCivita wrote in a tweet. So if you're somebody that actually wants to support him still, like maybe you haven't done so yet and you're finding out that you want to, or maybe you already did and you want to do so again, they're saying that you can go ahead and text Trump at 88022 if you want to send some support his way. And they're saying it was all small donations, $10, $20, $30, $50, $40 going over to former President Donald Trump. And thank you so much, Dan Davis, for the $2 super chat. I see you. He says Trump or bust. And, you know, Davis, I'm hearing a lot of people are right there with you, saying that they're not so happy with how things have been going. But Joe Biden, they're ready to switch back to 45. And I'm seeing all those 45s, and I'm seeing 45, soon to be 47 in the comments. I'm seeing Eugene, Hannah, Craig, Mohican Joe, Akili 78. A lot of people saying that they support somebody with the handle other, Lily May, William Vemoy Jr., Art, Joe Villaria, Jared, all of them coming in supporting 45. Now it says, let's see here, Trump's campaign website also directed donors to Antidote, another fundraising platform used by various GOP campaigns. Trump's team also fired off a warning shot to the campaigns of down-ballot Republicans not to try and raise money directly off of the former president's conviction to prevent the siphoning of donations headed to Trump's coffers. Meanwhile, the former president's top pollsters put out a memo on the eve of the verdict arguing that a conviction would not have any electoral consequences either. So they're saying he's still running, They don't care about this. They said he's still going to go through. He's going to be running as the president. And they're saying that with all of this taking place, all it is doing is making more and more people support him, as he called it, a witch hunt. People feeling the exact same way, that this was absolutely not right. I actually saw a lot of people saying this was a sad day for our nation, that this ruling happened. Other people saying, no, that they felt like it was good, that he needed to be convicted. Let me know your thoughts. Again, I said, if you support the president, put a 45 in there. I'm seeing all those 45s. I'm seeing Patty Tatum, Marita Gladson, Richard Morales, Speedy Ryder, all of them putting that in. Cornholio saying no Trump, no Biden. Reliable Prepper putting all of the Trump emojis. And thank you, Reliable Prepper, for being a supporter of the channel. I see that you've got that star next to that. All you got to do is hit that join button and you become a member of the channel. I appreciate that a ton. Not necessary, but very much appreciated, those that support the channel as a member. Thank you so much for that. Now, Biden's re-election campaign also quickly sent out fundraising appeals following the verdict as well. So the Biden campaign trying to raise money as well. But we're hearing that former President Donald Trump, as a result of what took place, smashed records. Despite a jury finding Donald Trump guilty today, there is still only one way to keep Donald Trump out of the Oval Office: at the ballot box. The Biden campaign wrote in a fundraising text to supporters, and it urged that if you have been waiting for the perfect time to make your first donation to Joe Biden's re-election campaign, we're here to tell you today, this is the day. Trump has been aiming to close his fundraising gap with Biden. In April, his campaign and the Republican National Committee for the first time outraised the Biden campaign and Democratic National Committee. While Trump has stepped up his fundraising, the Biden campaign still enjoyed an $84 million to $49 million cash on hand advantage at the end of April. So they're saying that Biden actually has raised more funds. He's got more support for his campaign financially, but we're hearing that there's tons of money just in 6 hours alone. Former President Donald Trump raised over $34 million as a result of what unfolded with the guilty verdict yesterday. And as I mentioned, they said that they did not expect this. Experts, they said, didn't expect it. The judge didn't expect it. That Trump, they said, turned lemons into lemonade, turned around and turned a conviction into cash, and got more support, fundraising that broke records as a result of the guilty verdict in the trial. The Trump campaign touted smashing single-day fundraising records in just 6 hours after the former president's convictions. So, man, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below. Also, do me a favor, hit that like button and hit subscribe to stay up to date. I'll keep you up to speed on everything that goes on with this. And also, we're waiting to hear what the punishments are going to be. And also, we've heard from Trump's lawyers that they will be appealing this, that this is not the end. They're not accepting this. We read that they said that this is a witch hunt. And let me know if you agree in the comments. If you agree, put a 1 that this was a witch hunt, that this should not have been done. But they're saying that Trump turned it around and turned a negative into a positive. Or if you think, no, this needed to be done, put a 2 in the comments. I'd like to see how the room goes. And whoa, look at, here comes all the ones. A lot of people saying this was a witch hunt, that this was not necessary. Speedy Rider 47 saying this is un-American. One's coming in from Vicky, Michael, Wayne, Patty. Wow, all the ones rushing in. Thanks, Steve. Really enjoy your info, and God bless, says Alan Brown. You are welcome. I'll keep you guys up to date. Maria, thank you so much for supporting the channel. She puts Trump, Trump, Trump. Calvina Sewell, thank you for supporting the channel. She put a 1 as well, along with Michael, Quad, NHL Pins 58, Brian's Shop, MAGA Mike. Yeah, and we're hearing that MAGA is actually coming out. It seems like before they were saying that it was like a bad phrase. They turned it into like a bad thing. And now people are coming out and saying, no, we're MAGA. We like it. We want former President Donald Trump back in there and supporting him financially, and also at the polls here soon, we're hearing. So we will see. Mary Leo saying there's no crime. Where's the crime? What's the crime? Yeah, let me know your thoughts on that. Do you feel like he committed a crime? Or do you feel like he didn't? We actually saw the former president come out in a statement. I actually shared it with you earlier. I shared it with you live. So if you missed that, check out the live stream from this morning, as I just simply shared with you live. I hopped on to YouTube. the footage of his speech and him saying there was no crimes. So Steven says, your hat is awesome, Steve. Thank you so much. Appreciate that. I'm just trying to cover up the patchiness of my head right now. As you guys know, about a month ago, I got hair transplants, and so it'll look good here, but maybe in a couple months. Right now, it's not looking so great. Says, Steve always wants your thoughts, says Michael. Yes, always like to know what people think. We've got a split room. Linda Clem, $10 super chat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You're the bestest, she says. Thank you so much, Linda. You're the best. Appreciate the support. That is awesome. Thank you so much. Ikea says, how's you feeling? I'm guessing they're talking about my head. It's not feeling bad. Just doesn't look so great. Jimmy the Kid, welcome to the Ram fam. Thank you so much for the support, hitting that join button, becoming a member. I really appreciate that a ton. Not necessary, but very, very appreciated. Thank you so much. Somebody says, it's not over yet. 100, says Speedy Rider 47. Yeah, we heard that from the attorneys. They said this is not over. They will be filing an appeal, and Trump turning it into turning lemons into lemonade. Steve looks like a farmer with a hat. Yeah, I guess I do. We love you, Steve, says Joan Allen. Thank you so much. Best president ever, President Trump. President Trump, God is still on the throne, and God don't like injustice, and God sees every injustice that they are doing, but you keep the faith. God's got you, says Cheryl Allen. Amen to that. Yeah, the Proverbs does say that God likes to see justice, and he is not happy with injustice. So very, very true. Brenda says amen to that. And I'm still seeing 45s coming in, 45s and ones, as people are still voting for former President Donald Trump to come back, and also saying that this is a witch hunt. That's what the one is for. One's still coming in. Hey, Steve, when is, let's see, Jenny saying some stuff on there that I can't say on YouTube, but great question, Jenny. Steve, your hair looks fine, says Dana Barger. Thank you. I appreciate that. It is thinning out, though, because it is slowly falling out. The shafts of the hair is falling out. Alfonso Willis, thank you for the $5 super chat. He says, Trump is the only one that can save America from Biden's destruction. I think that's actually a line from what he said earlier today in his speech. He said that Biden is destroying the nation. He said it is absolutely awful. He said things are falling apart. We've got people from other nations that want to hurt us pouring in through the southern border. The economy is crumbling. And he's saying that this is all as a result of the current president, Joe Biden's failure. So he's saying that it is time to get him out and to get Donald Trump back in. And that's why all the 45s popping up in the chats, all the people saying, yes, they agree. Let's get former President Donald Trump in there. Cole saying, hey, Steve, where did you get your hair transplant done? I got it done in Istanbul, in Turkey. I'm actually going to be doing a video on it here very soon for anybody that's interested. I had a lot of people reach out to me saying that they want to get something like that done, want to know all the details about it and stuff. So keep an eye out for that. I'm planning to do a video on it here very soon. It's been a little over a month since I got it done, so I hope that it can help out people. I can share with you all the research that me and my wife did. My wife did all the research, helped me, pick the right place, make sure that it was legit, done well. And one of the best places that we found in Istanbul, which is the #1 place in the world to get it done. It's very common to see people walking around with either rhinoplasty or hair transplants in Istanbul. Best place in the world. So I'll give you guys more info on that later in a following video, though. For all the people that are interested, you can see the operation. You can see everything that's involved if you or somebody that you know is interested. Let's see here. Shaky Mumu, thank you for the $5 super chat. She said they weaponized the DOJ. Sad times in American history. Yeah, a lot of people saying that, Shaky Mumu. I agree with you. It's like a witch hunt. They said, like, what does this even have to do with anything? Was it a felony? Like, were these like massive crimes? A lot of people saying that. Now, I've seen a lot of 45s coming in. I'm also seeing some 46s. People saying, no, keep Biden in. That don't let former President Donald Trump become the president. Now, we will see, because November 5th is just right around the corner. It's this year, coming up here faster than then we'll expect it'll just pop up, and we will see if we will have 4 more years of Biden, or we will have another 4 years of former President Donald Trump. We need Trump back for sure, says Earl. He said he's got to vote for 45. Somebody saying Vivek, not Trump, says Cristino Fragu Jr. Vivek has dropped out. He has said that he would support former President Donald Trump. Donald Trump is the Republican candidate, and then also we've got Joe Biden running for re-election. Jim, thank you for the $5 super chat. He says Donald Trump is the real deal. He will fix this mess. 45, 47, 48, 49, and 50, saying that we should just keep Trump in there to get our nation back on track. So we will see. I think that they're only supposed to have 2 terms, but the only times that that's been broken, I think it was once, right, with FDR, if I remember correctly. I think he ran like 3 terms to help the nation out after the Great Depression, if I remember correctly. And then he created a lot of systems that people were happy with to try to get things back on track. If I remember, my history might be off on that, but I want to say that he was the only one that had more than 2 terms that they just called to have him keep going, if I remember correctly. Good question, says Tina. If he can't run, who can? So we're hearing that he is still going to be able to run. We're still going to be able to see him run in the elections. President Donald Trump 2024, if we still want America, says Donna Crispin. You know, Donna, you're not alone. A lot of people in the comments right now, too, saying they want to see the former President Donald Trump get in there, try to fix things up. 777 people watching. Wow. Yeah, it looks like 783 right now and 768 likes. Wow. Can I get like 20 more people to hit the like button that haven't done so? If you do, that would be so cool. We'd have more likes in the room than people. That would be awesome. And also hit subscribe to stay up to date. I'll keep you guys up to speed on everything. And as you know, all of the stuff that I provide, all of the news updates, they're always cited. They're linked in the description. So that way you can see the sources that I'm referencing. I'm never just coming out and giving you stuff. I'm making sure that it's legit, you know, and there'll be people that will send me information, but I always want to do my due diligence to research it, to make sure that you guys know that I know it's the latest before I report on it. And so a lot of this coming out right now that Trump turned the conviction into cash, lemons into lemonade. The judge and all those that were opposing him did not expect that with a record fundraising haul following the guilty verdict in the trial, Trump smashed records and got more support than ever before. $34 million coming in small donations. 30% of the donations coming from first-time donors, as they're saying that this has awoken a lot of people in the United States that supported Trump. Now they're making additional efforts to support him. All they did was stir up America to get behind the former president and help him out because they're saying that this was injustice, that this was a witch hunt. And one's still pouring in for people saying that they agree that this was just merely a witch hunt. And I'm still seeing 45s in the comments for people saying they support the former president, Donald Trump, and they will be voting for him coming November in the elections. You know, and we're hearing that the current president, Joe Biden, he is losing more and more support across the board. So, yeah, I see Be About It saying, wake up, America. They're saying that Ikeli78 is saying all they did was kick the hornet's nest. Yeah, people getting riled up, wanting to see the former president get more support as a result of what has happened. As they say, it's injustice. 45, I'm seeing all the 45s coming in. Eugene Graves says the jurors said he was guilty. Brendan Marshall says, Ron, why do you send a billionaire? I don't understand what she's saying. 34 counts in a couple of weeks. I don't think so. The case that had 34 counts would take forever to try, says Michael. Pray for Trump and his family's cabinet and his family and his cabinet, says somebody. Oh, it jumped up. Shaky Moo, thank you for the $5 super chat. Says, mark my words, after the DNC, they will say Biden, due to health issues, will not be running, and Michelle Obama will take his place from the office. Very interesting, Shaky Mumu. I've heard a lot of people say this. We actually heard this from Vivek Ramaswamy during the Republican debates. We heard him say, we would like to know who is actually going to be running, because he said, we all know it's not going to be Joe Biden, that he cannot win the elections. America does not support him. Even the Democrats, they say behind closed doors, are saying, what are we going to do about Joe Biden because he's losing support? And so there's been rumors, we will see if it comes true, that in the last minute that they're going to swap him out for somebody else. We've heard it could be Gavin Newsom, the governor of California. We've heard Michelle Obama. We've heard these rumors circulating. Let me know if you think that that would be the case. Now, if that did happen, do you think that they would garner more support from people in the Democratic Party, that those two individuals, maybe Gavin Newsom or Michelle Obama, could potentially beat former President Donald Trump in an election? Because right now we're hearing that Donald Trump is winning in the polls against Joe Biden. So I don't know. We'll see. Definitely keep an eye on that. Curtis Vizanat says Obama is going to run again. Oh, no, Michelle, says Tina Terrell. Neither have a chance, says Be About It. How can they do that without primaries, says Judith Dan Davis. Great question. I don't know, but it's just rumors circulating around that Biden, they're saying he can't beat Trump. He's not going to win. Democrats, they're saying know it, and that they're going to try to swap him out somehow. I don't know. We'll see. Trump train baby, says Donna Cantrell. Buy MAGA tokens, says Edit Comments. So we will see. Yeah, and I will keep you guys up to date on that. Do me a favor again, hit the like button if you haven't done so yet, and you do so. If we can get 60 more likes, we can get over 1,000 likes on this video, and all it does is help spread this out further. I would appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Hit subscribe to stay up to date. Also, I see people hitting the join button, supporting the channel, becoming members. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it a ton. I will continue to do my best to keep you guys up to date on everything, cite all the sources, provide everything so that way you know the latest as to what's going on. And there's a lot, and I feel like it's just going to keep ramping up. Let me know if you agree. I feel like things are just going to continue to get crazier and crazier as we get to elections. It's an election year, and I even mentioned this on a previous video. During election years, during the last elections, what did we see? We actually saw stimulus checks come out. We saw promises during the Georgia Senate runoff elections of $2,000 stimulus checks. What if that came out again? What if Biden started promising stimulus checks again? Now, you'll remember during the Georgia Senate runoff elections that they needed those additional 2 members. I believe it was Warnoff and Ossoff and Warnock. I can't remember their names off the top of my head correctly, but they needed those 2, I think, to get full control of Congress, and they got them. And they sent out a $1,400 stimulus check. They had promised $2,000, but it was only $1,400. A lot of people upset by that. But what if Joe Biden came out and said, we're going to do more stimulus checks? Because in that video I shared with you that we actually still have $300 billion with the B left over from the COVID stimulus packages. That's right, the stimulus packages that went out over the last couple of years, they set aside funds for new spending from Congress. Well, they didn't spend it all. $300 billion is still just sitting there, and that is literally enough to send out the first stimulus check of $1,200, $600 to dependents. Or I also shared with you, it could be enough to send out a $4,411 stimulus check to everybody on Social Security. They could literally do that with $300 billion. What if Biden came out and did that? Would that change your perspective if you were planning on voting for Trump? What if they said a vote for Biden would put an extra $1,200 in your pocket? Would that convince you to do another 4 years? Angel Lawrence 52, thank you so much for joining the Ram fam, hitting that join button and supporting the channel. I appreciate that a ton. Thank you so much. I will continue to keep you guys up to date on everything. Let's see here. $600, 1 trip to the grocery store, and a tank of gas. I guess that's that Bidenomics. Probably could use it to help with the inflation going on. Yeah, that's true. Why take another 1,200 stimmy, says Nada Collins. No, it won't mind to choose Biden, says Tina Terrell. Not really sure. I think she's saying that she wouldn't support Biden even if he offered another stimulus check. Heidi says Trump 2024. Nada Collins says we'd have to pay it back. I'm assuming that you're meaning in inflation. I wouldn't vote for Biden for 25,000, says Stacy Kress. Stacy, did you actually hear about? So I'm not sure if you guys heard about it. This was not offered to me, but I've heard that there are influencers that are being offered lots of money in the form of 5 or 6 figures in some cases to come out on social media and to promote voting for Biden. Now, I don't know. I've heard that was circulating around. I can't verify that it's true. But I've heard that is one of the things that they're saying is that they're trying to get influencers to be sponsored by Biden to support voting for him. And I had several people ask me, would you ever do that? What if they paid you like $250,000, which is what I heard some of the rumors were, to support Biden? And I just think that's not something that I think I could ever do. If I didn't believe in something or somebody, there would be no sum of money where I could, in good conscience, come out and tell people to vote for or do a certain thing that I don't agree in. To me, that's not worth the money. And I think that would just be, I just wouldn't do it. And I heard that a lot of people that were offered that, and again, it's just all rumors, can't verify it, but I heard a lot of people that were offered that money, they didn't do it, said they couldn't do it. So yeah, we will see. So a lot of people in the room also saying that they would not, support a vote for Biden, even if he offered them stimulus checks. So it sounds like a lot of people all on the same page. So, but we will see, because a lot of people, it sounds like, are ready to support the former president. And we're actually seeing it manifest in just the last 24 hours as he turned the conviction into cash, turned lemons into lemonade, and broke records for fundraising after the guilty verdict in the trial, raising over $34 million, 30% of it from new first-time donors to help support him. And they're saying all they did with this whole trial, what a lot of people are calling a witch hunt, was stir people up and get them to support former President Donald Trump. So, man, absolutely incredible. A few dollars now won't help us for the rest of our final years, says John Stover. Biden needs a nursing home, says Speedy Rider 47. Then let's hear about Trump, says Stephen Ardoin. Maria Skelton, thank you for supporting the channel. She put 45. Alfonso Willis, thank you for becoming a member, says, why would anyone support someone who would hurt their family economically? Totally agree. We need help with our economy. Somebody said, no, they wouldn't accept the stimulus checks because it's bribery. Ron Belcher says, Biden, you are fired. I've still seen ones coming in for people saying that it was a witch hunt, the whole trial. So you guys, I will continue to keep you up to date on everything. Thank you so much for joining me. Hit the like button, subscribe to stay up to date. Resources down below. I'll keep you up to speed on the news as it comes out. But Trump turning lemons into lemonade, turning conviction into cash. That is the latest. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care. God bless. This is Steve.